connecting you to your community. This is Chris 6 News in your neighborhood.
Well, through the next few days, it's going to be feeling like summertime in South Texas. Those temperatures are going to round out in the mid-90s across the coastal bend. We'll get a look at that futurecast and what to expect coming up.
There's about 19 to 20,000 CFS of water coming into the lake.
The Choke Canyon Reservoir has risen over the last few rainfalls. What you can expect if you're planning to head out there.
You have 48 hours to make the most of your weekend, but the question is, where do you start?
Well, if you need some ideas, stay tuned for this week's Coastal Bend Weekend with the Hoffmans, coming right up.
Good morning. Welcome to Chris 6 News Sunrise. Thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Jada Strayer. Meteorologist Stephen Jones has a look at our forecast.
Well, howdy and happy Friday. Coastal Bend, taking a look at some of our weather headlines as we're heading out there. The remnants of Tropical Storm Bertha now moving off towards the west with those temperatures on the rise today. Expecting our daytime highs around those mid to upper 90s, and as we're heading into the weekend, can expect plenty of morning cloud cover followed by that afternoon sunshine as we're heading out there. So going to be on the warm up end, feeling like summer. Here's a look at the Frio River at Tilden, sitting up there towards 32.97 feet, past that flood of record at 30.1 feet. Expected to fall as we're heading through the coming days. Over at the Nueces River at Cotulla, it is also on the falling schedule as we're heading through the next few days. Finally expected to go back towards that moderate flooding stage as we're heading in towards Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So something to keep in mind. Also, especially for the Nueces River near Tilden, that is expected to rise as we're heading through this weekend and then starting to crest as we're heading into the start of next week. Right now, forecasting about 22.4 feet. So something to keep in mind as we watch those lake levels continue to rise through the next few days. Now let's take a look at some of those traffic tips before you're hitting the roadways this morning. Keep in mind for drivers there along the I-37 area northbound exit as you're heading towards 181. Seeing some of those closures that started yesterday, that's going to be continuing through mid-August, so have a project starting on our hands. Just something to keep in mind. Also for Cal Allen drivers there along Hearn Road, we saw those going on all week. Those closures near the ON Stevens plant still going to continue today, but also should be finishing up, so that's going to be good news. Either way, hoping you have a great and safe Friday morning commute.
After weeks of historic flooding upstream in the Texas Hill Country, all that water is now making its way down the Frio and Nueces Rivers and into Choke Canyon Reservoir. At Choke Canyon State Park, Superintendent Jose Uribe says the park has been dry for months. Now it's filling back up.
We're thoroughly happy about, start seeing this water back in parts of the lake that it's been dry for the last couple months.
Choke Canyon State Park Superintendent Jose Uribe says if enough water keeps coming in, it could mean good news for boaters. For Uribe, seeing water in areas that have been dry for months comes as a relief. But there is still the question on whether there is enough to reopen the boat access.
So we hope that with this water and maybe from the tropical depression, the lake levels will get enough water so we can reopen the boat ramp.
Officials say the water levels are going in the right direction. They will continue to monitor levels as the coastal bend gets more rain.
Day 2 of the hearing to remove the mayor of Corpus Christi saw Mayor Guajardo questioned as a witness. Hey everyone, I'm Drew Bishop, and here's what I observed from council chambers. We finally saw our first real witness, Mayor Paulette Guajardo.
Correct. That's what he said, yes.
Attorney Doug Allison, who represents the petitioners against the mayor, questioned Guajardo for over 3 hours, with a few breaks for recess in between. He recounted the timeline of the Homewood Suites hotel project, from its early proposal involving developer Philip Ramirez to its approval through different sectors of local government, and the altered FEMA document that has led to petitioners pushing for the removal of the mayor for incompetence and malfeasance. A turning point in the hearing was when Allison cited testimonies from City Manager Peter Zanoni and former Assistant City Manager Heather Holbert. The mayor, who said she agreed with CCPD's investigation that the document was tampered with, said she did not think Zanoni or Holbert were qualified to speak on the matter.
Do you agree with Peter Zanoni's statement that the document was tampered with?
No, I think it was his opinion.
You think what?
It was his opinion.
The mayor's attorney, John Flood, objected to Allison's questioning. He said Guajardo's opinion on Zanoni's and Holbert's testimonies were not relevant because the hearing is about what happened with the document, not the deposition in 2025.
And do you agree with that?
Do I agree with?
With what she's testified to?
I'm not.
Objection relevance. It's just not relevant whether or not this witness agrees with another person's testimony in 2025.
Allison was then asked to defend his questioning.
Which have to do with her malfeasance, with her incompetence, quite frankly.
City Council ruled in favor of Allison, allowing the questioning to continue.
Do I hear a motion from this council to overrule or not? I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Nay. Thank you, Mr. Allison.
Thank you.
This was just one small portion of the day-long hearing. The proceedings will come back to City Hall on August 6th, where Flood will begin questioning his witnesses. Reporting for Chris 6 News, I'm Drew Bishop.
New research suggests people relying on AI could lose skills by becoming over-dependent. It's called cognitive offloading, the idea that more people rely on technology to think for us, the less we exercise our own mental muscles. Now, scientists say AI may be doing something similar to critical thinking. A 2025 study found frequent AI use correlates with weaker critical thinking abilities, especially in younger users who also showed higher dependence.
Neuroscience evidence has shown for many, many years that the most vulnerable brains are the young brains because your brain is still forming.
Experts say you don't have to completely ditch AI tools, but it is important to use your brain to operate in the creative space. Some Texas small businesses are getting tariff money back after months of financial hardships. Austin-based Wexel Art says President Donald Trump's tariffs on Chinese imports sent costs soaring. Co-founders say they paid 10 times the normal amount because of the tariffs. The extra costs forced them to cut staff, reduce inventory, and take out loans. Following a Supreme Court ruling on tariff refunds, Wexel Art was able to recover tens of thousands of dollars through a U.S. custom process.
We went from spending $7,000 or $8,000 a year in tariffs to 10 times that. It's going to allow us to keep the doors open. It's going to allow us to pay off some of the bank loan that we had to incur in order to stay open. And it's going to allow us to become profitable again.
U.S. Custom and Border Protection began processing refunds in April. As of July 10th, the agency says it has processed more than 24 million entries and accepted nearly $122 billion worth of potential and certified refunds.
Now, the local events and fun things to do. It's Coastal Bend Weekend, sponsored by Corpus Christi Events Calendar.
Whether you're already back in school or trying to soak up every last bit of summer before the kids head back, this weekend is your chance to hit pause on the homework and make some memories instead.
That's right. We're the Hoffmans with a look at events in this week's Coastal Bend Weekend. One of our very own celebrating a huge milestone this Saturday.
Sports director Larissa Liska is saying I do.
While we'll be celebrating her big day, you can start planning yours at the Wedding Fair Coastal Bend.
The event returns to the Hilliard Center Sunday from 1 to 5 p.m., where you'll meet local vendors, get inspiration for your dream wedding, and even have a chance to win some great prizes.
Need a good laugh? George Lopez bringing the comedy to the Hilliard Center Saturday night. Show kicks off at 7:30.
Or maybe you're in the mood for a little musical mayhem. The Aurora Arts Theater is bringing Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein to life all weekend long.
Frau Brucke. Well, it's a hilarious take on the classic story, proving once again it's alive!
Who says you have to wait until December for the holiday feels? Christmas is coming early at Asbury Church with its Christmas in July market.
Browse homemade gifts, tasty treats, festive crafts, and support local vendors while getting a head start on your holiday shopping. The market runs Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And because life is better on the water, you can head on over to Rentz's Pass for the 2-day Coastal Boat Show.
Explore the latest boats, gear, and everything you need for your next coastal cultural adventure. Doors open at 11 a.m. Saturday and Sunday at the Aransas Pass Civic Center.
And for more details on these events and some we just didn't have time for, visit our website.
And of course, folks, if you want to see your event featured, make sure you send us a message. With this week's Coastal Bend Weekend, I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. Have a great weekend.
The Trump administration has become the first to use a little-known court created to handle deportation cases involving alleged terrorists. The Alien Terrorist Removal Court was established by Congress back in 1996. It has never heard a case until now. The court allows the government to keep much of the evidence secret, even from the person facing deportation. Legal experts say the move could spark a major constitutional battle over due process. Little is known even about the case that's been filed. The judge has already asked the Justice Department for more information.
We're watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group.
We're out of the kitchen and on location, and today it's all about mangoes. And these behind me are at their peak. With just a few easy tricks, I'll show you how to pick them from the store, not the tree, how to cut them, and most importantly, how to enjoy them. Now, depending on the variety, the skin is going to be green or yellow with a reddish blush. The ripe one should be slightly soft to the touch. Now, to cut it, lay it on its side and cut around the pit with a knife. Then turn it around and do the same thing to the other side. Cutting it perfectly in half doesn't work with a mango like it does with most fruits. Next, a trick. Take each side and score it with a knife like this, then flip it inside out and just run your knife along the skin for perfect little chunks. And all it takes is one bite and you'll fall in love with the taste. It's sort of a combo of a sugary ripe peach and a juicy pineapple. And although there are many ways to enjoy them, one of my favorite new ways is to blend it with a few basics and a touch of rum. Well, that's optional. Once it's super smooth, serve it in a sugar-rimmed glass, and it's summer freshness at its best. So the next time you're at the store, pick up a few mangoes. And don't forget to go online and get our recipe for frozen mango daiquiri so you can take your own mini tropical vacation and enjoy one of the summer's sweetest treasures. I'm Howard from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where every day we're looking for the freshest way. A freshest way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, hey there and happy Friday. Coastal Bend, taking a look at our almanac data from yesterday. We topped out at 90 degrees for the daytime high, shy of that normal record, or that normal daytime high where we should be for this time of year, 94 degrees, and the record 102 that we set back there in 2018. Don't think there was any complaints about that. And on the big weather picture, you can see Tropical Storm Bertha, or the remnants of Bertha, I should say, working off towards the west, and now they're closer to the I-35 corridor, and behind it, we are clearing up across the Coastal Bend as we're heading into our Friday. Here's a look at the futurecast as we're heading out there. Temperatures already into those lower 90s as we're heading out there for lunchtime, so going to be a toasty one already by the early afternoon. Topping out, it looks like in those mid to upper 90s for some of our inland neighborhoods towards Live Oak and Duval County. Here in Corpus Christi, thinking closer to that 92, if not 93 degree mark, and right along the coast into those upper 80s there towards Rockport and Port Aransas. Into tonight, if you have any of those Friday night plans, back down towards the 80s as we're heading in towards 10 p.m. and definitely feeling the humidity as we're heading out there. For our Saturday morning, we'll see a little bit more of that cloud cover with all of the extra humidity, temperatures into the 70s and 80s, and looking like a beautiful summer day as we're heading out there for our Saturday tomorrow. Plenty of that sunshine and just the partly cloudy skies with daytime highs back into the 90s as we're heading into tomorrow. And we're going to be in this summer-like pattern as we're heading through the next few days. That's thanks to this ridge of high pressure you can see building in for the American Southwest. That's going to keep sunshine in our skies. It's what tracked Bertha to the south and helped us here with some of that rain in the Coastal Bend just for the past couple of days. And now it's going to mean more of that sunshine and less of that rain for us here around the area. In terms of the next few days, like we talked about, temperatures slowly on the rise thanks to that high pressure. Thinking 93 degrees for the weekend, thinking 94 degrees as we're heading in towards the start of next week, and that slow climb continues as we're heading through the 7-day forecast. Here's a peek at that here for Corpus Christi as we're heading into the weekend. Like we talked about, partly cloudy skies and 93 degrees. By the end of next week, still looking at those mid-90s with overnight lows into the upper 70s, if not nearing 80 degrees.
You're watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group.
5 deaths are being linked to Legionnaire's disease. Mandy Gaither explains what you need to know about this potentially deadly form of pneumonia.
Since the early 2000s, the CDC says reported cases of Legionnaire's disease have been rising steadily, but it's still relatively rare. Provisional data shows last year there was an average of 2.9 newly diagnosed cases for every 100,000 people.
I do think we're probably going to be seeing more of it in the coming years.
Dr. Sarah Rhodes with National Jewish Health says the disease is caused by the Legionella bacteria. It's spread when people breathe in mist containing it through water systems and things like hot tubs, shower heads, sink faucets, decorative fountains, water features, large complex plumbing systems, and cooling towers. In general, it's not transmitted person to person.
Temperature kind of matters to Legionella, and so it likes to grow specifically between about 77 degrees and 113 degrees.
Legionnaire's disease can be treated with antibiotics, but Rhodes says it's important to seek medical care if symptoms develop like fever, shortness of breath, cough, excessive fatigue, and gastrointestinal symptoms like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Rhodes says certain people are at higher risk of getting really sick from the disease, including people over 50 years of age, those with chronic medical conditions like diabetes or underlying lung disease, and anyone who is immunocompromised.
I would certainly encourage people to take seriously if they're not feeling well.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Wile E. Coyote is back, but this time his beef isn't with the Roadrunner, it's with Acme. The trailer for the live-action film Coyote vs. Acme dropped Thursday. It will premiere at Comic-Con in San Diego on Saturday. It hits theaters on August 28th. Coyote vs. Acme stars Will Forte, John Cena, and Lana Condor. Little is known even about the case that's been filed. The judge has already asked the Justice Department for more information.
Part of the Scripps News Group. Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hey everybody, we are over at the Texas Roadhouse for the Tippecanoe Special Olympics rib eating contest. Media, firefighters, and law enforcement. To see who wins, wish you all have a great
Good morning to the law enforcement, firefighters, and of course, our Chris 6 crew. We hope you all have a great day and had fun at the rib eating contest. If you want to send us a shout out, scan the QR code on the screen or head on over to our website, christv.com.
Don't stop. Yeah. Hey, stop.
The 13th Law Enforcement Torch Run's rib eating contest took place Thursday. Our media team included Brian and Michelle Hoffman and our secret weapon, Caja Telemundo anchor Nina Martinez. Other teams included area first responders. Texas Roadhouse says it's their way of giving back to the community and more.
Give back to the community, give back to Special Olympics, partner with multiple partners across the state, and really make an impact not just in our location.
The Corpus Christi Fire Department won this year's contest. The rib eating contest was held at the Texas Roadhouse and helps raise money for Special Olympics.
Good morning, I'm Del Walters. Here's what's happening today. That 10% tariff on most U.S. imports expires on Friday. It was imposed under the Trade Act of 1974. It meant the tariff could only last about 150 days. The latest tariffs coming after the Supreme Court blocked a number of Trump's tariffs. The Trump administration says it will replace the temporary tariffs with new duties. Officials say future tariff rates could vary by country. The rescheduled White House Correspondents' Dinner set for Friday night. The event was interrupted by that shooting in April. The rescheduled dinner will be held at the Waldorf Astoria in Washington, D.C. More security and new access procedures. President Trump says he will be there and will speak. White House Correspondents Association saying the event recognizes journalism award winners and scholarship recipients. It is a celebration of a free press. The WNBA All-Star Weekend getting underway in Chicago on Friday. The league's top players will gather for 2 days of events. Friday night schedule includes the three-point contest and the Shooting Stars competition. Wraps up Saturday with the All-Star game at the United Center.
To your community. This is Chris 6 News. In your neighborhood.
Good morning. Welcome to Chris 6 News Sunrise. Thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Jada Strayer.
Well, hey there and happy Friday, Coastal Bend. Getting a look at the next few hours as we're heading through our Friday morning. Going to be on the climb in terms of temperatures, already up towards 87 degrees as we're heading into 10 a.m. and nearing that 90-degree mark as we're heading in towards lunchtime here around the Coastal Bend. In terms of our rainfall, Almanac picked up almost 1/10 of an inch of rain over at the International Airport there on our Thursday. Put us at month to date almost at 2/10 of an inch, so went a little bit more in terms of our July out there. We're almost 2 inches shy for the month, but over 2.5 inches in terms of a surplus for 2026, so we'll take that while we can get it. There is more water on the way to our reservoirs there along the Frio River near the Choke Canyon and along the Nueces River. Also more water working down that waterway, so we have these flood warnings in effect still as we're going through the next few days. Here's a look at the current river guidance. The Frio River at Tilden sitting at 33 feet, setting a new flood of record. The Nueces River at Cotulla falling as we go through the next few days, but more water is on the way there for the Nueces River near Tilden. Now let's take a look at some of those traffic tips before you're hitting the roadways this morning. Keep in mind for drivers there along I-37 for that northbound exit as you're heading towards 181. Those closures started yesterday and they are going to be continuing into mid-August, so do have a project on our hands. Of course, you always want to watch out for those road crews and reduce your speed if you do run into any of those construction crews on the roadways. And Cal Allen there towards Hearn Road, we saw that project begin this week near the ON Stevens plant. Still continuing today, but should be starting to finish up as we're heading out there, so that's good news. Either way, hoping you have a great and safe Friday commute.
Hey there, Coastal Bend. It's your neighborhood news reporter, Jordan Benavidez, and man, has it been hot this week. Now, I've got some good news and bad news. The good news is that it's raining right now. The bad news, it's going to be pretty humid this week. Now, when it's hot and humid outside, your sweat can't cool your body like it normally does. So I bet you're wondering, Jordan, how am I supposed to stay cool? Well, you're in luck because I've got a few simple tricks to help you out. First, try using ice packs on your wrists and neck. It'll help cool your blood and bring your whole body temperature down. Second, frozen berries. They're a healthy snack that helps you cool off. So grapes, blueberries, anything you got, just pop them in the freezer and give them a try. And third, avoid caffeine and alcohol. I know that your iced coffee sounds very tempting, but both of these actually dehydrate you a lot faster in humid conditions. That's all I've got for you today, so stay cool, stay safe, and stay with Chris 6 for any weather updates going into the weekend.
The U.S. military has completed a 13th consecutive night of strikes against Iran. I'm Ashley Glass with the headlines we're covering here at Scripps News. Central Command says Thursday's strikes hit command centers and drone sites as the U.S. tries to diminish threats to commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. The attacks came hours after President Donald Trump signaled that he's not yet ready to negotiate a new ceasefire with Iran. Meantime, the New York Times reports Tehran rejected a U.S. ceasefire proposal delivered by Iraq's prime minister, saying it's not interested in a temporary deal that leaves control of the strait unresolved. A possible hate crime investigation is underway in New York City after 2 men were stabbed at broad daylight. The suspect was identified as Raul Morales. He was taken into custody about an hour after the attacks. Witnesses say the attacker yelled an Islamic phrase before the stabbings. One victim was an Asian man and the other a Jewish man, both in their 50s. They were taken to the hospital and are expected to be okay. And finally, a close call in Washington state for 11 people on a float plane. Coast Guard says the craft made an emergency landing before catching fire in a shallow bay. 4 people were reportedly taken to the hospital with serious injuries, with one in critical condition.
Padre Island National Seashore is expected to hold a sea turtle release tomorrow. It will take place at the Malachite Beach. A reminder, you will need to pay an entrance fee, which can be done online, but make sure it is done after midnight. Permits bought before will expire at midnight. The Kemp's Ridley hatchling release is expected to begin at 6:45 tomorrow morning. The San Patricio County Municipal Water District is getting a huge financial shot in the arm. The Texas Water Development Board has approved a $32 million financial assistance package for that water district. The money will fund the planning, design, and construction of a water system improvement project. That project will include construction of a 49,000-foot raw water transmission pipeline. The 48-inch line will run from the Water District's blending station on County Road 78 to the 200 million-gallon reservoir on State Highway 361.
sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
I'm Jada Strayer, and coming up, athletes and officers raising money at Texas Roadhouse for the Special Olympics.
There's about 19 to 20,000 CFS of water coming into the lake.
The Choke Canyon Reservoir has risen over the last few rainfalls. What you can expect if you are planning to head out there. NFL players are demanding real grass fields after stadiums made the switch for the World Cup. We will explain why they say it's worth the cost.
Well, howdy and happy Friday, Coastal Bend. Taking a look at our Friday forecast. We're going to be on the warm up pretty quickly, chasing that daytime high around 92 degrees here in Corpus Christi with partly cloudy skies. Here's a look at the hour by hour forecast, already pushing 90 degrees as we're heading in towards the lunchtime hour, and then 92 degrees about 3 to 4 p.m. before we start that nightly cool down back into the 80s as we're heading in towards 6 p.m. We do have the remnants of Bertha now working along inland portions of Texas, and most of that rain well off to the west of the Coastal Bend, but like we talked about, we've got more water on the way into some of our waterways there along the Frio River and the Nueces River. Here's a look at the Frio River at Tilden, sitting around 33 feet. We expected to fall as we go through the coming days. That's pretty similar for the Nueces River at Cotulla. Right now closer to that 25-foot mark and expected to fall back towards that moderate flooding stage as we're heading in towards the middle of next week. So going to take a few more days. As we're looking there at the Nueces River near Tilden, more of that water is expected to work in through the coming days, cresting as we're heading into the start of next week. So definitely something to keep in mind as we're heading out there. Here's a look at our latest lake levels update. Lake Corpus Christi 33.3% a week ago, down to 32.4%, with Choke Canyon up pretty well over the past couple of days. Now sitting at 14.3%, putting that combined reservoir capacity up at 19.3%, and Lake Texana also looking pretty good, holding steady at that 100% mark over the past week for us. It's also going to be a pretty toasty Friday afternoon as we're heading out there. Heat index values still going to be chasing about 100 to 105 this afternoon, so of course I want to remember those heat safety practices as we're heading out there. Take an extra water bottle along and just take some breaks if you're going to be outside for extended periods of time. Let's go ahead and look at the 7-day forecast. That's something you can remember as we're heading through the rest of it. Daytime highs really going to be rounding out in the 90s, but slowly on the climb with daytime or with high pressure working in overhead. 94 degrees as we're kicking off next week, and potentially even those mid to upper 90s to end the week. Overnight lows not providing too much relief, going to round out in those upper 70s.
Bertha weakened to a tropical depression on Thursday, but not before making a second landfall along the upper Texas coastline. It brought with it some tropical storm force wind gusts and rainfall to parts of the Texas and Louisiana coastlines. The storm was centered about 35 miles north of Galveston Thursday afternoon, with maximum sustained winds of 40 miles an hour. Bertha is the second named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season. After weeks of historic flooding upstream in the Texas Hill Country, all that water is now making its way down the Frio and Nueces rivers and into Choke Canyon Reservoir. At Choke Canyon State Park, Superintendent Jose Uribe says the park has been dry for months. Now it's filling back up.
We're thoroughly happy about, start seeing this water back in parts of the lake that it's been dry for the last couple months.
Choke Canyon State Park Superintendent Jose Uribe says if enough water keeps coming in, it could mean good news for boaters. For Uribe, seeing water in areas that have been dry for months comes as a relief. But there is still the question on whether there is enough to reopen the boat access.
So we hope that with this water and maybe from the tropical depression, the lake levels will get enough water so we can reopen the boat ramp.
Officials say the water levels are going in the right direction. They will continue to monitor levels as the Coastal Bend gets more rain. A heat wave has sent the demand for electricity soaring in Texas this week. The Electric Reliability Council of Texas shows the power grid set an unofficial record for demand on Wednesday. Triple-digit heat is expected to continue across much of the state through at least the weekend in many parts of Texas.
We have had fabulous growth in solar farms and wind farms and short-run battery capacity. The solar farms, the growth has been just astonishing. Without solar and without wind, the Texas grid and the Texas economy are just absolutely dead in the water.
Port Aransas police are urging parents and guardians to watch their children at the beach. This comes after a 5-year-old drowned this week while visiting the beach with his grandparents. A Port Aransas police officer, Texas game warden, and lifeguard performed CPR on the child until an ambulance arrived. The child was taken to the hospital where he later died.
Day 2 of the hearing to remove the mayor of Corpus Christi saw Mayor Guajardo questioned as a witness. Hey everyone, I'm Drew Bishop, and here's what I observed from council chambers. We finally saw our first real witness, Mayor Paulette Guajardo.
Correct. That's what he said, yes.
Attorney Doug Allison, who represents the petitioners against the mayor, questioned Guajardo for over 3 hours, with a few breaks for recess in between. He recounted the timeline of the Homewood Suites hotel project, from its early proposal involving developer Philip Ramirez to its approval through different sectors of local government, and the altered FEMA document that has led to petitioners pushing for the removal of the mayor for incompetence and malfeasance. A turning point in the hearing was when Allison cited testimonies from City Manager Peter Zanoni and former Assistant City Manager Heather Holbert. The mayor, who said she agreed with CCPD's investigation that the document was tampered with, said she did not think Zanoni or Holbert were qualified to speak on the matter.
Do you agree with Peter Zanoni's statement that the document was tampered with?
No, I think it was his opinion.
You think what?
It was his opinion.
The mayor's attorney, John Flood, objected to Allison's questioning. He said Guajardo's opinion on Zanoni's and Holbert's testimonies were not relevant because the hearing is about what happened with the document, not the deposition in 2025.
And do you agree with that?
Do I agree with
what she's testified to?
I'm not.
Objection relevance. It's just not relevant whether or not this witness agrees with another person's testimony in 2025.
Allison was then asked to defend his questioning.
Which have to do with her malfeasance, with her incompetence, quite frankly.
City Council ruled in favor of Allison, allowing the questioning to continue.
Do I hear a motion from this council to overrule or not? I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Nay. Thank you. Mr. Allison. Thank you.
This was just one small portion of the day-long hearing. The proceedings will come back to City Hall on August 6th, where Flood will begin questioning his witnesses. Reporting for Chris 6 News, I'm Drew Bishop.
Local law enforcement officers are trading their badges for aprons. I'm Jada Strayer, and I'm at Texas Roadhouse, where officers and athletes are raising money for the Special Olympics.
This is a typical Special Olympic athletes fundraiser to collect donation for Special Olympic athletes to enjoy sports and just have fun and just donate for nice, wonderful police officers with our help.
Jaden Birch is a multi-sport athlete with the Coastal Bend Special Olympics team. For him, being an athlete means everything.
I like being an athlete because I love to do any kind of sports, because sports is what I like to do every single day. Because I can get out of the house and do something fun with my friends.
DPS Safety Education Sergeant Rob Mallory says working alongside these athletes is the highlight of his job.
Me personally, I just love being around these athletes. They're so excited to compete, and they're always so excited when we're there partnering with them. It doesn't matter the day I'm having. When I get around these athletes, it puts a huge smile on my face.
Every dollar raised helps local athletes pay for expenses that come with competing, including required medical physicals, travel to tournaments, and room and board for competitions. Guests could also support the cause by purchasing Special Olympics apparel, with proceeds benefiting the program. Sherry Stinson with Special Olympics Texas says the athletes are the best ambassadors for their cause.
The athletes are way better about talking about Special Olympics than I ever could be, is the truth. You know, I mean, they are the real ambassadors of our program, and just to see the smiles on their faces when they're going out and getting to tell everybody what amazing experiences they have with Special Olympics.
If you'd like to donate, you can visit SOTX.org or find SOTX2 on Facebook. Just look for my story on our website, christv.com, for more information. Reporting from Texas Roadhouse, I'm Jada Strayer, Chris 6 News. New research suggests people relying on AI could lose skills by becoming over-dependent. It's called cognitive offloading, the idea that more people rely on technology to think for us, the less we exercise our own mental muscles. Now, scientists say AI may be doing something similar to critical thinking. A 2025 study found frequent AI use correlates with weaker critical thinking abilities, especially in younger users who also showed higher dependence.
Neuroscience evidence has shown for many, many years that the most vulnerable brains are the young brains because your brain is still forming.
Experts say you don't have to completely ditch AI tools, but it is important to use your brain to operate in the creative space.
Many shoppers assume that outlet stores are filled with overstocked designer deals, and in some cases, that's true. But a report says that many of the items you'll find in outlet stores are made specifically for the outlets and are not the same items you'll find in retail stores.
Outlet malls are built around the thrill of a deal.
I think they have great prices. It's fun to see a lot of the different stores all at once. Over 100 stores right now.
Simon Properties marketing director Brittany Bly says many outlet stores stack store-wide markdowns on top of everyday deals.
Banana Republic Factory, it's 50% off everything right now in their store.
Outlets in the early days were known for selling overstock or slightly damaged items at deep discounts. But the nonprofit Consumers Checkbook says that's not the case anymore.
We did this survey of 40 stores. We shopped at them all around the country. 50% of the stores, like exactly half, were making merchandise primarily for the outlet.
What does that mean? Some items may look similar to what you'd find in the main store, but use different materials or lower cost fabrics.
That does not mean outlets are bad. You can still find great deals and score designer brands for less. Just know what you're actually getting.
Jennifer Barger says some retailers have subtle clues to show which items are made for outlets. At J. Crew, for example,
They have 2 diamonds underneath them. Whereas if you were at a regular J. Crew, the label inside would just say J. Crew.
while other brands like Burberry still use outlets to sell clearance from their main stores. Shopper Shanna Lutton knows outlet merchandise can be hit or miss.
Sometimes they're better, and sometimes they're similar to what you would find somewhere else.
She and her daughter still love the outlets for convenience.
Mainly new clothes and some shoes.
One stop, lots of stores, and good deals if you know what to look for so you don't waste your money. John Mattery's Scripps News Group.
So it's a major debate in sports that's once again gaining traction. Real or fake? Football or soccer? As American football players question whether or not they should be playing on turf or real grass.
Now that the 2026 World Cup has come and gone, sports fans here in the U.S. are shifting their focus to the upcoming NFL season. And right now, the major talking point around the league has become the use of turf.
NFL players want grass, dude.
Yeah, they do.
Okay?
I agree with the players. You should have natural grass, but I do not believe this will happen anytime soon for the NFL.
NFL players are renewing their demand for permanent grass fields, and they are pointing to the World Cup as proof that it can be done. Dozens of players, Chicago Bears quarterback Caleb Williams, are taking to social media with the hashtag worth the cost. Former Texas All-Pro offensive tackle wrote, "If stadiums can make grass work for the World Cup, well, they can make it work for NFL players. We're hashtag worth the cost," end quote. Now, they are frustrated that 7 NFL stadiums temporarily replaced artificial turf with real grass for the soccer tournament. That included AT&T Stadium, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL Players Association spoke out about the stadiums making the short-lived switch right before the start of the World Cup.
What we want is good grass fields. We want good, solid fields. You don't just want pull out the Muni golf course grass out on every field. You want high-quality surfaces.
The NFLPA says 92% of football players prefer natural grass. San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle says that owners need to invest in their athletes, taking to social media to say, quote, "We've made it clear that we prefer grass fields. We know it's better on our bodies, and clearly we know it's possible based on everything that went into putting down grass fields for the World Cup in each stadium," end quote. Now the World Cup has ended, those 7 stadiums going back to synthetic turf for the upcoming football season.
Now, the NFL has not responded to the players' latest push. It will be interesting to see if players continue to fight for owners to make the move from turf to real grass. The current collective bargaining agreement doesn't expire until 2031, so we may actually have to wait until then to see if anything really changes. From the studio, I'm Brian Hoffman.
There were big honors for the Texas A&M Corpus Christi volleyball team. They were presented the Team Academic Award for the Academic Excellence in 2025-26. This is their 9th straight year the program earned the recognition. The award honors volleyball teams across all levels that maintain a year-long grade point average of at least a 3.3 on a 4.0 scale. The Islanders had 5 Southland Conference all-academic honors. You can own a piece of the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. They have items from Series 1 from the Ice Rays Vault. Several items are on the list, including replica jerseys from previous seasons and autographed pucks. The auction is set to close on Monday at noon. And don't forget, the Ice Rays will have their home opening weekend on September 11th and 12th. That game will be against the El Paso Rhinos at the Hilliard Center. Tickets are still available. The Corpus Christi Hooks are expected to have a doubleheader this evening. They were scheduled to have a game Thursday night against the Amarillo Sod Poodles, but due to rain, it was postponed. This evening will consist of 2 7-inning games. Gates will open at 4 with the first pitch at 5. The second game will start 30 minutes after the first. Tickets from Thursday's game will still be valid for both of today's games. If you can't go today but had a ticket for Thursday, those tickets can be exchanged for any future Hooks games for this season. Here are the 6 things you need to know. The Nueces County Public Health District will distribute free mosquito prevention kits today at the Agua Dulce Senior Center. Kits include insect repellent and mosquito dunks to protect your home. Distribution starts at 5. Most forms of THC will be reclassified next week. Starting July 31st, the state will only allow Delta 9, causing products with Delta 8 and THCP to be illegal. The Texas Supreme Court lifted the injunction put back in place in 2021. The ban will apply to Delta 6, 8, and 10. If the beach is calling your name, Port Aransas has you covered. Bash at the Beach features seashell hunting, sand sculpture competitions, kite flying, local food, and plenty of family fun. The all-day celebration runs Saturday from 10 a.m. until 9 p.m. The Boys and Girls Club of the Coastal Bend will hold their 3rd annual Back to School Bash tomorrow. They will give away free school supplies and have free haircuts and low-cost eye exams. The event starts at 10 tomorrow morning. New study from Gallup shows more workers are staying at jobs they don't like in order to keep their health insurance benefits. Half of all Americans say they're worried about being able to afford health care costs over the next year. Today is National Tequila Day. You can expect to see some promotions at Total Wine and more in some restaurant chains today. The iconic spirit is a celebration of the nation's rich heritage and the versatile blue agave plant. And those are the 6 things you need to know.
Well, hey there, Coastal Bend. Taking a look at our forecast as we're heading through our Friday morning. We're going to warm up pretty quickly out there. 87 degrees already by 10 a.m. and pushing into those lower 90s already as we're heading into the early afternoon there by lunchtime. Here's a peek at the 7-day forecast with temperatures on the climb as we're heading into the weekend, chasing 93 degrees tomorrow and Sunday for our daytime high, and slowly climbing into next week, 94 as we're kicking the week off with overnight lows coming around in those upper 70s. Either way, hoping you have a great Friday as you're heading out there.